good evening. I am your host, Data T, and this is my channel, The Good Guys. Guys, today's story is a doozy. I had to go into the archives and find this from all the stories that I've collected, and I'm surprised that I did not do a video on this. So, this story came out of somewhere about last year, 2000. Actually, not this is 2 years ago, 2021, and it's out of Philadelphia. And the story reads, or the title reads, "Video shows teen boy shooting robber inside pizza shop." Before we get into this story, guys, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like, leaving a comment, subscribing. Remember, we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and I would appreciate your help in getting there. We can all get there together. And you guys can hit me up on Twitter, minds.com, and even Truth Social. So, let us dive in to this story.
That shows the moments before a 14-year-old defended his mother and shot a robber inside this Philadelphia pizza shop. NBC 10's Deanna Durante has new information tonight about what happened. She has the story from Spring Garden.
Behind the counter of Bold Pizza, a woman and her son. You can see the efforts to hand over the cash. The boy moves to the right, and sources say he grabs a gun from under the counter and struggles with the gun's holster. He gets the weapon free and fires.
My family's been in the business a long time. My father, brother, they've been robbed before at bars they've owned, worked at, so I've always kind of had that in my head.
Kelly Ann's has been here in Spring Garden since the early 90s. J.P. O'Connor is the second generation to operate it, and he was behind the bar on Saturday night.
I thought like it was someone robbing somewhere, like shot someone.
You thought they got hurt in there?
Yeah, that's kind of what you would figure.
It wasn't until the police showed up and neighborhood chatter began he heard it was the 14-year-old who pulled the trigger.
Guys, let's stop it there. Now, so many different ways I can go at this, but I want you guys to understand, anybody can pick up a firearm and become deadly. This is why I don't have a problem when teenagers grab guns, cause mayhem, and then you have adults put them down, erase them. I don't have a problem with that. Okay? Just like I don't have a problem with those who are capable of using a firearm, keeping and bearing them, and using them when necessary. And this includes children. It is my belief, and I know some people, this is not going to be popular, but I think 16, 15, 14, if you are able to keep and bear arms and you have a sensibility and some wits on you, I think even children should be able to carry firearms. I know people don't like that, okay? If you look in the South, it's very popular. Children will have shotguns, rifles, yes, under their parents' supervision, okay? But in this case, guys, what we saw was the 14-year-old was able to take out this gun. He knew exactly where it was, struggled a little bit with the holster, but then was able to get that gun out and shoot. And I gotta tell you, I would have to say that he knows exactly how to use that firearm. The fact that he knew where it was, that says all the difference to me. Meaning, hey, the parents, the mother at the very least, had said, hey, if anything happens, this is here. And that is the point. What good of that would have done if the firearm was locked in a safe? Let's say the firearm wasn't even around in the chamber. We didn't see that this young man racked the slide to put a round in the chamber. He didn't do that. So that means that there was a round in the chamber. It was ready to go. All he had to do was point, shoot, and fire. And kudos to this 14-year-old. He is a hero. Holy smokes. You defended your mom. Everybody can understand that. Everyone in the world. Don't mess with my mom. Everybody understands that. So I applaud this 14-year-old. And I have to go further and say, yes, I think in some cases, and I think this should be a parent, and let's make sure there's a caveat to it. It should be a parent decision to arm their children. If I think that my child at the age of 15, and I know the way of the world, okay, and I know that he is responsible or she is responsible, and that 14, 13, 12, if they are responsible, I'll say no problem. Keep it. Hold it on to you. And especially girls. Especially young girls. I wouldn't mind arming them at an age below 18. That is controversial, I know, but I don't care. Let's move on.
I feel bad for both people involved, honestly, the little kid, the person that was shot, but this is a well-lit street, you know, maybe there's a lot of action, foot traffic, that there shouldn't be too much stuff like that going on, but...
The area has changed since JP's family opened up here, but he says the city has changed too, and you just don't know who has access to weapons.
If people have to take things in their own hands when people enter their business and, you know, want to cause harm to their employees and customers, then, you know, I think it's a good thing for sure.
Now, charges are pending against the man who was shot inside that pizza shop, and investigators tell us that there were two other men they believe were with him that night, trying to pull off a similar crime at a store before he ended up inside that pizza shop. Tonight, investigators are looking for the identities of those two men, and if you have any information, they're asking you contact Philadelphia Police. In Spring Garden, Deanna Durante, NBC 10 News.
So, guys, that's the end of that video. An older one, but man, I had something I did want to bring up, and I know I've talked about kids having guns before, but what do you guys think? Honestly, should kids be armed? Okay? They're coming down the street, they're coming home from school. Obviously, we can't have them take guns to school, but then again, why not? What if there was a program that, hey, kids are going to school, there's a little safe, put your gun in there, you got school resource officers, you got private security that's running around, making sure that the kids are safe. You know, think about it. Think about sending your high school child to school, and one day there's an active shooter, and you tell them, you say, hey, look, it's run, hide, fight. I don't want you to go looking for him. Run, leave, flee. Okay? And if you can't run, you hide. And if you have any case where you can't do either of those two, I want you to fight to your very last breath, and I want to give you the best means possible to fight, and that's with a gun. I have to tell you, this for me, I think I will have to say that hopefully my child will be responsible. I am going to do my best at that one. You know, me being a a soon to be dad. This has me up at night all the time. You know, I have guns here all the time. All the time, I have guns here, all over the place. Okay, and you know, it makes me think. It makes me think. You know, hey, should you have all these guns all the time? And who knows? But I do know, and I know the alternative. You know, just in case something were to ever happen, they're available. And that's what was done in this case. It was available, and thank goodness it was, because this 14-year-old defended his mom, and he's a hero. Good men will make sure that they teach their children right from wrong, okay? And women too. And those good men must have the ability to defend their home, to defend their family, and to defend an ideal of, hey, we are not going to be victims. And thank goodness this happened. I'm so glad that this video is out, and you guys share this, and you tell me what you guys think. I really do want to hear it. So, like I say, and I'll say all the time, and I will always repeat this, good men should have guns. Good men should always have guns. And if good men do nothing, there will be no good guys.